Is Xbox going to chop support for Crash Team Rumble? This has become a concern of mine and many others due to the recent layoffs and Xbox already canceling projects from Blizzard. So today I'm going to explore the good and the bad news in regards to this subject and why I think this is even possible to begin with. Let's talk about it.
Whoa!
What's up guys, Canadian Guy here, and back with a video that, again, has me concerned. So recently I posted a video explaining what happened recently with the acquisition. Unfortunately, 40% of Toys for Bob's direct employees were laid off. While that video specifically explored the human element and that whole aspect, today we're going to be looking at the video game or project aspect. Now, in grand total, 1,900 employees were laid off during this time, along with Blizzard's unnamed survival project being canned. To put this into perspective, the project was in development for over 6 years and apparently was garnering mass praise internally. So now we shift back to Toys for Bob. Here is my, first concern and my first piece of bad news. According to previous employees who were affected by the layoffs, there were about 85 employees, and sadly, about 35 people have been laid off, leaving about 50 people. So, you mean to tell me that Toys for Bob is supposed to run and operate a live service game like Crash Team Rumble, while also developing other projects like a theoretical Spyro 4, with only 50 people directly hired? That's either going to cause way too much crunch time, or Toys for Bob might be forced to work on only one project. Now, of course, we know Toys for Bob partners with other third-party studios like Airborne and third-party contractors for each project, but nonetheless, having less staff on hand overall always makes development significantly harder. Additionally, Crash Team Rumble, now don't get me wrong, it's a game that I adore and I play every single week and I have a blast. It's not hitting numbers like Fortnite or many other popular team-based online games, maybe like Overwatch. The reason I say that is because the Overwatch 2 team over at Blizzard was largely targeted during these layoffs, and I can objectively say that Overwatch most likely makes more money than Crash Team Rumble. So based on the fact that Xbox would just walk in and lay off a large part of the Overwatch team and trash Blizzard's survival game after 6 years of development so easily, and then additionally lay off 40% of Toys for Bob's employees, it's a possible and terrifying thought that they may turn and chop the ongoing support for Crash Team Rumble. Or worse, make Toys for Bob choose whether or not they continue supporting Crash Team Rumble or make a new title due to limited resources. Now, in this dark, bleak fog of bad news, there are glimpses and rays of hope. First off, according to a previous developer, there were not that many employees at Toys for Bob actively working and continuing on Crash Team Rumble support. Apparently, the team had about 20 to 40 people working on it at any given time. So, theoretically speaking, even though the team was shrunk down to 50, Toys for Bob still has enough employees to at least maintain Rumble support. But we don't want to see the game simply maintained, we want to see it grow and improve, and we want Toys for Bob to be able to also work on other projects that they want to as well. It's possible that Toys for Bob may get a little bit of help. One of the benefits from this acquisition thus far is that Toys for Bob could potentially access help from some of the other Xbox game studios. This is proven by a statement from Matt Booty last year, saying that all Xbox studios share technologies and are connected with each other. So another company within Xbox may step in and join the Crash Team Rumble team, alleviating the core team at Toys for Bob and allowing them to continue developing new content for Rumble, along with developing brand new titles. Now, this is all theoretical, but in order to do that, Xbox would have to find and permit a team to join and learn the ins and outs of both Toys for Bob and Crash Team Rumble. Will they even do that if they don't think the game is worth it? Look at what happened with Blizzard's survival game. Well, there's a couple of aspects to consider. First and foremost, there is a significant difference between dropping support for a game that is already released versus stopping a game's development before going fully public. The main difference is that well, there's a finished product that people are already playing. Additionally, the lion's share of spending for Crash Team Rumble is seemingly done. While Blizzard's survival game still had about another 2 more years of development, not including advertising and shipping the actual game. The next aspect to point out is that Crash Team Rumble has the perfect architecture to go free to play, so it would not be a wise business decision to just end support for an entire project before opening the floodgates to the public to see if the game blows up in being better than internally expected. It also could easily be used as a free-to-play title for Game Pass owners to get even more people to try the game out before it even goes free to play to all other platforms. Additionally, last month, Xbox announced that they brought a number of Activision Blizzard titles to Xbox Cloud's gaming service. One of those games just so happened to be Crash Team Rumble. Now, it wouldn't make sense to turn and suddenly drop support for a game that you literally just enabled for their support last month. So the evidence suggests that, so far at least, Xbox is likely not going to end support for Crash Team Rumble, at least not right away. Now, the question becomes, how long will Rumble be supported? This is completely uncharted territory. Before the game was released, Polyam went on record to say that they know that doing this type of game is a marathon and not a race, and that they are in it for the long haul. But that was before Xbox acquired the project. Could Xbox actually be a help to the project? Is it possible that Xbox actually would have let this project last longer than under strictly Activision? Or will they just simply be a hindrance and cut it short? Xbox has the tools to optimize this game and make it on par with some of the top-of-the-line online games today in terms of performance, due to them owning Azure servers, which are arguably the best servers in the world. But will they give that support to Toys for Bob? Well, only time will tell. Now, while Crash Team Rumble is definitely a project I want to see continue, there's something else that's much more important, and that's the people. Check out my unscripted response to these layoffs here and how you can help previous Toys for Bob employees to land on their feet. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye!